Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is going to be my review for The Marvels. Okay, so, I gotta say this. If you love Ms. Marvel, the TV show and the character, then you will really enjoy this movie. I had a lot of fun with it. I love Kamala Khan. I think it's been a long time since we've had a pure fun comedy in the MCU. Yes, Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is funny, but it's overall had kind of like emotional sadness with the Rocket story. Ant-Man Quantumania was just a silly mess. Wakanda Forever was also really sad, and Love and Thunder was kind of funny, but also like way too goofy. Whereas I think this movie has a really good balance of the comedy, which is what I really enjoy about it. But before we get into my review, be sure to hit the thumbs up button if you like this video, subscribe to the channel for more Marvel reviews, and if you want to help support the channel, check the links in the description below. Alright, so let's get into my review for The Marvels. Alright, so this movie just kind of starts off, hits the ground running, and doesn't stop. It's short. It's the shortest MCU movie, but it just keeps going. The pacing is good. There's like really no filler in here. If anything, we kind of could have maybe had an extra 10 minutes to really kind of flesh out Captain Marvel's backstory. Like, we don't really... They tell us what happens in between the Captain Marvel movie and now. In the flashback, she like takes out the Supreme Intelligence, and that sends the planet of Hala like to a spiral. And so the plot of the movie is the villain, Dar-Benn, is trying to steal resources from other planets that Captain Marvel calls home in order to give them to Hala to, return Hala to glory. And she does this by, she discovers the bangle. The other bangle that Ms. Marvel has is in space somewhere, and Dar-Benn finds it. And the bangles are explained as being quantum bands, where Captain Marvel says they're the bands that created all of the jump points throughout the universe. They can open up holes in time and space without ripping the fabric of space. So that's kind of interesting. And Dar-Benn finds it, she opens a hole, and Carol and Monica from different ends go to investigate that, and because they do, I think that entangles them, but also because Ms. Marvel has the bangle, which is connected as well, and they all have light-based powers, which is, I don't think 100% true, but they all have light-based powers. That's what causes them to start switching all over the place, is because they've encountered this time, space, not really time, but space-switching bangles. And so they start switching places, and it's actually a lot of fun. It's pretty chaotic. The girls are switching different spots, not knowing what's going on, trying to figure it out each time they're switching, and fighting these like random Kree villains. And it's actually kind of fun. Monica learns how to fly. I don't know how her powers let her fly, or I don't know how they let her phase through objects. Like, she says she can see everything on the electromagnetic spectrum, and also like maybe like turn into that, or like power. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense, but it's cool. She still has cool powers. And of course, Kamala Khan can turn light into hard light. Captain Marvel was powered by the Tesseract, which is the Space Stone. I don't know how where she has light powers come from, but whatever. It's still fun to have them switching all over the place. So the girls switch, and then they team up so that they could stop Dar-Benn. And I will say, they do some flashbacks, try to fill in the gaps a little bit, but it really feels like we're kind of missing a whole movie here that we should have had before we got this movie. Like, we should have had Captain Marvel 2 before we had The Marvels. Because we have to see these brief flashbacks of her essentially starting this Kree war or something, I don't remember, Civil War or something. And it's all her fault. Dar-Benn keeps calling her the Annihilator, and she's trying to take revenge on Captain Marvel. And then she hasn't seen Monica in like 30 years because of this event, because she feels like she's like this terrible human being for doing this to the Kree. Which I guess maybe explains why she never found the Skrulls a home from Secret Invasion. But we do actually find out some of the Skrulls are on another planet called Tarnax. And I believe like the leader of the general of the Skrulls on that planet, I believe he was referenced in Secret Invasion. But other than that, you do not have to have seen Secret Invasion to watch this movie. And it's a very different Nick Fury. This is the Nick Fury from the Avengers movies. This is not serious spy Nick Fury. This is the funner version of Nick Fury, and he's actually really fun. I do love Nick Fury in this movie. The Goose the Cat is back. If you love the Flurkin kitty, yeah, there's a lot of Flurkin kitties. I love cats, so to me it all worked. Some people didn't like it, but I thought the cats worked great. Thought they were so fun and cute. But so you don't even really need to have seen WandaVision to understand Monica's character either, because they kind of retread that. They kind of say, Captain Marvel left when she was a little kid and she never came back, and she's always just been waiting for Auntie Carol to return. And Monica kind of expresses her situation. Carol tries to apologize, but they kind of just like patch things up a little too quickly for me. Like, I wish we had more character development with Carol, with her relationship with the Kree and Dar-Benn, and then with her relationship with Monica. Like, I just feel we could have used an extra 10 minutes to really flesh out the story. It really just feels like we're hitting the beats of the villain's plot, that we're like, we got to get through this. So we are kind of missing some information there. But I do like the character of Monica. I think she's really good. She's kind of like the straight man, whereas Kamala Khan is like the fun, goofy fangirl. And I think the three of them just all play off so well together. That's just so fun, and I love it. Kamala Khan is by far this probably cements her as my favorite new character from post Endgame. Like, I love Kamala Khan. It's Kamala Khan, Yelena, and Kate Bishop. And we'll get back to Kate Bishop. But I just love her so much, and she's so fun here. Yes, we go to a singing planet, but it's not as annoying as I thought it would be. It's literally, that's just their language is song. They just sing everything. It's kind of a fun gag. And in the trailers, I didn't like their costumes. I thought they were too cheap looking. But now, knowing that they get it from this singing, dancing planet, it makes a lot more sense, and I can go with it a lot better. I think they still kind of look a bit cheap, but I understand it now. It makes more sense. It looks better now. Yeah, the main plot with the villain is not great. Dar-Benn is kind of just going to be one of these forgettable villains who just hates Captain Marvel. But her motivations are decent. At least she is trying to save her people and everything. She's going about it the wrong way, of course, like evil people do. But, she's a forgettable villain. But the main part of this movie is all about the three leads, and that's really what's fun about it. I just love the three of them together. Again, I wish we had a little more time to flesh out some of those Carol Danvers characters, moments, but that's okay. Kamala Khan's family is great in here, as always. I love them in the show. I love them here. I love the mom. She's so fun. They do try to explain the bangles a little bit, which is nice. I mean, they say that they're quantum bands, they're nega bands, basically. I don't know why she has to still wear it, because towards the end, spoilers, the villain gets Kamala's bracelet, and now she has both. And that's what, her goal was, is to have both so that she can open up a permanent space jump port or something to steal the sun away from Earth or something like that. But even after her bangle gets missing, Kamala still has her powers. So what does the bangle do now? Why does she wear it? Just because it's cool? I don't know. Why was it on Earth in the 10 Rings logo behind it? But it does actually explain why her great-grandmother Aisha, they thought the bangle could open the Noor dimension, because that's what they do. They opened up jump points. So that actually makes more sense now. But why was it on Earth? How did she even know about the quantum bands, I guess? It's still a little bit muddy, but that's okay. At least they did do a little more explanation. That's kind of what I was asking for. I am disappointed we didn't get Shang-Chi because of that 10 Rings logo being connected to the bands, because Captain Marvel was in the end credits of Shang-Chi. I just thought maybe we could have gotten a cameo from him. We do get a cameo of Valkyrie. She comes in here, takes away the scrolls. So there's that. But other than that, there's really not a whole lot of spoiler-heavy, huge surprises until you get to the end credits, the post-credits scenes, which are pretty good. So I'll just go into it real quick. They sort of tack on one of the end credit scenes to the very end of the movie, so it doesn't feel like an end credit scene, just feels like the movie's ending. And I love this one because we get Kamala Khan recruiting Kate Bishop for a Young Avengers team-up, and I love it so much. I love it. I might do a separate video, I don't know. So, that I loved. Kamala's basically like redoing Nick Fury recruiting Iron Man, the end credit scene of first Iron Man, so that's kind of fun. And then the official mid-credit scene is we find out where Monica went, and she's stuck in a multiverse dimension with X-Men characters. We got Beast there. He mentions Charles Xavier, and then she sees her mom, who actually isn't her mom, who Maria Rambeau is now binary in that other multiverse. So that's kind of where we leave off Monica. So these are kind of setting up hopefully future movies. Marvel's been kind of bad about leaving these teasers, as I just mentioned with Shang-Chi, leaving these like teasers that don't go anywhere. So hopefully these go somewhere, but Marvel is on sort of a halt right now. They've even shuffled around their schedule, so the movies and projects that they even have already filmed are kind of being shuffled around, so who knows if they'll even get to these post-credit scenes, which is kind of sad. But overall, I really like this movie. I had a lot of fun. I think it's better than the first Captain Marvel movie just because I had so much fun. It's not necessarily a better story. They're both kind of whatever. But again, I think we could have spent more time understanding this whole Kree Civil War thing that Carol created and her backstory in between the first Captain Marvel movie and here. I do love picking up with Kamala Khan and Monica Rambeau. You don't really need to have seen the TV shows to see this movie, but it will help, especially if you like those characters from the TV shows. So overall, those are my thoughts on the Marvels. I just had so much fun with it. So that's my review. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Do you love it like I do? Or are you one of those people that thought it was kind of terrible and bad? Or you just think it's okay? Like, personally, I think it's a lot of fun, and I'm so happy to have 2 back-to-back Marvel movies that I enjoy. So for me, that's what I like about it. So let me know what you guys think. Thank you all for watching the video. And until next time, let the Flurkin cats eat you. Bye.